What's up? Take two.
What up?
Take two. We went for about 40 seconds and weren't recording.
Yeah, we weren't even rolling.
Yeah,
and
so-
you decided on a different intro for the second take.
Well, I didn't decide on an intro. I
just
decided.
happened.
Yeah, I decided not to do the previous intro.
Okay.
There's not really much decision there.
That's different.
Man.
Yeah.
Look who's back.
Look who's back.
It's Jeremy.
Look who's back.
It's my
And
brother.
Good to be here.
And guess what, y'all? You probably saw from the title. It's a what if episode.
What
if? Yeah, it's been a minute.
I don't know if y'all remember, but when I was here last, I said that my favorite episodes were the what if.
Oh, for real? That's right.
Yeah,
I
dude,
sure
yeah.
did.
And
we
now
did
you're
something with you.
on one.
Yeah.
We about to
How
do
did that
this.
happen?
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
what if we talk about how good Elden Ring is before we start this episode? Because Elden Ring just came out. Like this is coming out like 2 months after Elden Ring came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
But
at least a month.
it's the best game I've ever played in my entire life. I've beaten it 3.5 times already.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so good. It's also very very esoteric too.
Yeah. I actually
Super spiritual, super esoteric.
You're not caught up on Attack on Titan, are you?
I haven't seen the most several episodes. The most
Damn it,
recent
dude! I was
episodes.
about to relate it to Elden Ring.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
man.
won't.
I'm sorry, dude.
Is there some
I
parallels
am
there?
slacking.
Because I'm not on Attack on Titan like at all. I watched the first season and that's it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some Elden Ring parallels for sure.
Yeah, I hear it's mega phenomenal. I hear it gets insane. Also, I know one thing for sure. The theme song slaps.
Yes.
Which
dude.
one?
The
Attack on Titan?
the newest one.
Oh, the newest one.
Yeah,
because
the-
they're all
the-
really good.
The
Really?
rumbling. Yo, did you hear the Brand of Sacrifice vocalist covering it?
No,
Dude,
no, but
I'm gonna show you after this.
Yeah,
Okay,
I gotta
all
check
It's
that out.
crazy.
Bet,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
So,
yeah, it's like straight up metalcore. It's like the music that we all listen to.
Yeah, but
on a daily basis.
the newest
That's what I'm-
intro. Yeah.
exclusively.
hell yeah. All right. Did you want to go into Elden Ring more, or you just wanted to do a drive-by? And
I just wanted to drive by.
Glory?
Yeah, exactly. I
Let me
just want
tell
to
you-
bow down and worship Elden Ring.
Let me say this one thing about Elden Ring.
Please do.
Get ready.
Margit.
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 Yo, F that guy.
Margit.
I call him Margaret.
I didn't even.
I do too.
Dude, I didn't even challenge Margit until I was like 5 hours into the game. It was the day it came out, so like nobody knew what was going on. And I show up, I fought him like 20 times. I died. I didn't beat Margit until like 16 hours in.
Yeah.
Same.
F that guy, dude.
Dude, I ventured straight to him. I followed the little
Oh, my
You went
God.
the
straight-
graces. I went at level 15
He
and
scrapped.
wasted
Oh.
hours on that dude.
Yeah.
I was getting insecure. I was like, man, I have to return this game. I can't do this.
No, dude.
But no, I stuck with
Well,
it.
that's the dope thing about Elden Ring is if you go to one area and you're not strong enough,
Just walk away.
you can go to any other area and get buff and then come back and smack.
Yeah,
Margaret.
dude. I came back and I scraped his ass.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On like the second and
felt like a
third
conqueror.
and fourth playthrough, I killed him like first or second try because I was like, I knew not to even go near him until I was good and ready. Yo, you know that I read a thing recently that most people don't beat Margit until 20 hours into the game.
That's believable.
Yeah, for sure.
20
Absolutely.
hours into
believable.
the game. It's crazy. Anyway, the game's done.
Alex,
I just had
your
to throw
take
it out
on
there.
Elden Ring?
Yeah. Well, yeah. What you?
Do you know what it is?
I believe it's a video game.
You would be correct.
Okay. Yeah, and from what I understand, it's hard.
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
it's incredibly hard.
It is.
It's from a studio called From Software, who is legendary in the video game world for making like the most difficult games.
Yeah.
And it's insanely hard, but so worth it.
But they're like the FromSoft games are like tastefully difficult.
Yeah, it's
know
in
what
the design.
Yeah, you know, what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's some games that are just hard and they just make you angry and
Like
that's it.
Sekiro.
Yeah, which is a FromSoft.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, Sekiro just makes me angry.
Shadows Die Twice.
I want to buy that game. I'm gonna buy it.
It's the only Souls game I
Yo,
never beat. It's the only one.
If Sekiro?
Yeah.
You beat Sekiro?
No,
oh,
that's
have
the
not
only one
beat.
I haven't
I
beat.
thought you ain't beat Bloodborne.
I haven't played
You're
it.
right. I'm literally at the last boss of Bloodborne.
That's the only one
I've
I've ever
actually not-
beaten is
I've not
Bloodborne.
played
Really?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is sick.
Yo, I'm getting through Elden Ring though. I'm like 78 hours in.
You're about where I'm at then.
Yeah, I'm near the end. I'm just taking my sweet time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk away for a few days and then binge it. And dude, that game is so sexy.
Yeah, no, it's
It's worth every second.
Yeah.
it can be hard to sit
it-
down and just sweat over it for hours on end, but whenever you get in the mood to do it,
You're in the mood and you can't quit. Yeah,
you just grind.
dude, I'm gonna say this is gonna be my last comment about Elden Ring. And this is just an objective opinion. it's not even necessarily my favorite game ever made, but I do think it is probably one of the true contenders for potentially being one of the best video games ever made.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think I think there's no. It has to be.
It's
dude.
at least a maximum contender.
Yeah, it's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
It's the first game that's come out since God of War that made me think like this is probably the best game that's ever been made. Because like Breath of the Wild came out and that was like,
wow,
this is
yeah, this is crazy, yeah,
groundbreaking. And then a year later, God of War came out and blew my mind all over again. And since then, nothing has come close. Elden Ring just shat on every game out there, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy good.
It's
had to
insane.
take a couple minutes to talk about Elden Ring because
we had to. We're excited. This is our first time recording since devoting our lives to Elden Ring. So. And our wives aren't too crazy about it. Am I right?
Yeah, seriously.
I made that up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But let's get into the jar.
The jar.
We gotta let Jeremy pull first.
Like if you kill the jar in Elden Ring, you get like a weapon.
Oh yeah.
The big jar guy that you knock out of the ground. Yeah, you can kill him.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
No, the one you
just pretend in the.
he can be you
contribute,
can,
Alex.
You can summon him on some bosses later on down the road.
Yeah, Radon.
Radon,
and you can kill him there.
But he also has an
I
entire.
couldn't kill my boy Pot, man.
He also has an entire quest line though.
Oh, nice.
He does. And it's worth doing it. You get good stuff from him.
I saved him. I couldn't kill him.
I don't kill NPCs like that, man.
Yeah,
Not the good ones.
Nah,
Not the good ones.
I don't think I've killed any of them unless the objective was to kill them.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been off. Kind of on topic. Lately, I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Nice.
And you can
the
choose,
MMO.
Yeah, and you can choose dark side or light side dialogue choices. I'd be shocking everybody.
So you're doing like a Sith play?
Unlimited power!
Every opportunity I get to shock somebody for information, I do it.
What?
Yo, Obi-Wan is about to come out.
Oh,
my God. Darth Vader's in it.
Oh my God.
Darth
dude.
Vader's in it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
And
They're gonna have the rematch of the century.
Of the millennium.
Freaking millennia, bro. Apparently, originally, they were going to have, it was going to be very, Darth Maul heavy.
Yeah.
But when Hayden Christensen said that he would do it, they were like, scrap that. It's Vader time.
I would definitely rather have Vader.
I
sure.
agree.
I hope they're both I don't know. I have no expectations except Vader and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, because in the post-credit scene of Solo, they showed that Darth Maul is still alive.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah. In the post-credit scene, they
Yeah,
showed...
no,
That's reason
I
enough
remember
to
that.
watch it right there.
I remember that. Yeah.
They showed that he's still alive, and since then they've done nothing with the Darth Maul thing at all. Nothing at all. So
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's canon. He's alive now because Rebels was, because Dave Filoni, who made the Rebels animated show, made Mando 2 and helped with Boba Fett.
Yep.
Mando season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's canon. Yeah, and I guess that's why originally it was going to be in the Obi-Wan show because Darth Maul is a big
because that's part of the Rebels thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. They have a whole rematch on Tatooine and it's epic. And I guess that was originally going to be it, but now it's Vader, and I'm way happier with that.
Yeah, dude, you can't beat Vader.
No,
Darth,
just the sound of him breathing alone is what is all.
He's an icon.
I think he's the most iconic villain ever.
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down.
We about to do it. Let's get into
First, what if?
We didn't do warm ups. I just realized.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow.
I had to get Jeremy in on it
wow,
too.
wow, 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 wow.
Bing, 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 bing.
Ryan's got to get his solo. I like
Bing
that.
bong, bing, bing bong, bing bong. All right.
Hey,
Yeah, this is too brazy, man.
that was a nice little flow there. All right, here we go, guys. It's been a while.
Yeah,
since we did
it's
a
been
What If episode.
3 months maybe.
Oh, I'm stoked. We're about to talk about some weird stuff.
Yeah, I picked some good ones out of the jar today.
lot to
Or
read.
off Twitter.
It's a lot to read. It's a long
I know,
question.
dude, we got some long ones.
It looks
It's
like
all
a-
one.
It's
It's
a
all
one
one.
question, and it's from. It says Clout Lord.
Yeah. Read the handle too, because there's two.
At Carter Johnson 04.
Shout out Clout Lord.
Shout out Clout Lord.
Carter Johnson
04.
04. Shout out, my brother.
Thanks for the submission.
Okay. What if the faint or vivid patterns you can see when you close your eyes in a meditative state is the astral, ether, or collective consciousness connecting all things in the universe?
I believe that. Listen, okay, so yesterday I got off work mad early, And I got home, and my wife wanted me to clean the apartment and do all kinds of stuff to set up for our like big recording weekend tonight. And what did I do instead? I sat on the couch and watched a documentary on DMT.
Epic.
I watched
That's epic.
what's the document? You know what I'm talking about?
The spirit molecule.
The Spirit Molecule. I watched The Spirit Molecule. Profound documentary. Profound. And like basically to sum up an hour and 15 minutes worth of documentary, the conclusion that they have reached for, it's obviously not 100% proven, but like it's pretty obvious if you just reach out with your intuition. But the conclusion that they have reached through their DMT studies is they genuinely believe that DMT is the molecule in nature that carries consciousness. Literally carries consciousness.
Whoa.
And all living organisms at least have trace amounts of DMT produced in the body, including plants.
Okay, so then what you're saying is possibly when you close your eyes and you see like vivid shapes or colors or whatever
In a meditative state.
in specifically a meditative state, you think that that's like maybe trace amounts.
Well,
of...
I'm going to take it a little bit further.
Okay.
So I've been studying meditation like crazy lately. Like in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been meditating at least 2 or 3 minutes every day. Every day.
Nice.
Yeah, at least.
Let's
minimum.
do a meditation episode.
Yeah, we should. Oh, dude, we definitely should.
Let's do it.
Yeah, with the stuff I've been studying recently.
That'll be awesome.
But anyway, so one of the things that they are really trying to suggest, not necessarily in the documentary, but just in general about meditation, you know, when you chant certain, we'll say mystical sounds like Om, you know, like the most ancient sound known to man, Om, you know, like the Rig Vedas and the Upanishads and the ancient Hindu systems of thought have been talking about Om being the original sound that literally created the entire universe. Like they genuinely believe that Om not only was spoken by God to create this reality, but is God at the same time. Like the sound, it's the sacred harmonic vibration of the cosmos. And from what I've been studying through some esoteric texts lately, is damn, this thing keeps messing up.
Epic.
Whatever, we'll leave
It wouldn't be Bledsoe said so without some technical difficulties.
I know, man.
Hey!
Look at me.
Nice.
It ain't green no more, but you know, we'll get around to it.
Oh,
It's like a slow strobe effect.
very slow.
I could set that up. Man.
The slowest strobe effect in the world. Every 10 minutes.
That's the strobe at the senior citizens home.
Oh my god, man! Come on, dude.
So they don't have seizures.
Dark joke.
That was pretty funny. But anyway, so what I've been reading about what esoteric circles and mystery traditions believe about Om is that when you chant or intone that sound, that you can feel the vibrations in your pineal gland. And the belief is that the more you, like, so to speak, fine-tune your pineal gland with certain meditative mantras and chants, it's causing it to, in some nominal way, ramp up DMT value. And now the question did say in meditative states. So it is alleged that when you reach these profound meditative states, that you have more DMT, because DMT is made in the pineal gland.
Is it?
Yes, in the human body.
That's where it comes from.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
I mean,
Yes.
I've always heard that it is created within your brain, but not specifically.
Yeah, the
where.
pineal gland.
Yeah, I
that's,
didn't know that either.
That's why the ancient philosophers thought it was the seat of the soul. That's why they call it the third eye.
And here I am brushing my teeth with fluoride.
Alex got some words for you about some fluoride now.
Yeah,
Because it
Dang it.
calcifies the pineal gland.
Yeah, thank you for the call out there, Jeremy.
He'll tell you about some
I'm
fluoride.
all for Alex's conspiracy corner.
Oh yeah,
Dude, people love it.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
It's epic.
Yeah. We get shit if he doesn't do them.
You know, speaking of the Om, I tried yoga for the first time, and I tried hot yoga, and we our
Is
instructor.
it yoga for hot people?
Oh yeah,
He would qualify.
it's for everyone.
Well,
he
he
would
was
qualify for sure.
Oh,
Hey, by the way, y'all, my husband's back. You didn't forget
Well,
from
that's
last
good.
episode.
No,
Y'all
dude,
ain't
there was a
forget.
comment about that today.
Really?
Someone went back to that episode that y'all, that Jeremy was on.
Yeah.
I literally just was looking at the comments today, and it said those two should leave the studio, get a room, then come back and reintroduce themselves.
We did.
well, you know me.
We're back. We did. We left and we're back. Yeah.
Round two.
So how was hot yoga?
Well, the instructor, for one thing, that was difficult.
Oh.
Yeah. It's and full disclosure, I've done it too.
Yeah,
a few times.
me
Like
too.
it's
I've
crushingly
done it.
hard.
I've done it once, and it was difficult.
I went in there thinking I was something, and I left very much humbled.
Yoga's a muscle.
And
Yeah.
But no,
That's a nice
throughout-
quote. Yoga's a muscle.
yoga's a muscle. Throughout the transitions of the poses, we eventually got into this stance, and he told us to put our hands out and either put it on one finger, some people do two, and to sit there with your eyes closed and say Om.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It was really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did you guys sit there and do it? Like a few minutes?
It's hard to say because I didn't have the class was an hour. I didn't have access to a clock, and I was just in pain.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
And
entire
the
time.
it's so hard to breathe because of the heat,
Yeah.
which is hot yoga.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't know what it is, it's because the room is intensely hot.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Yeah.
85 degrees, but you working out in an 85 degree
In a
environment
in a stuffy room. dude.
is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's humid.
But-
They got like these big heat lamps on you. It's amazing.
It was nice.
I wonder if that's a normal thing for hot yoga, because when I did it, we also did like a meditation session afterwards.
I did too.
It must be
Yeah.
a thing then. That must
It
be.
is.
And they did like the whole like peppermint oil towel
Yeah.
and put it on your
Soft
forehead.
music. I fell
The
asleep. one
soft
time.
music. They did like frequency. They did like solfeggio frequencies and everything. The dude that we went to had like one of the bowls. One of the
Oh, nice.
Oh, singing
Nice.
singing bowl.
That's
singing
awesome.
bowls.
Those things are really cool. I've
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
played with a couple of them.
Really?
Yeah, really
They're
cool.
so
I want to
cool.
get
They're
one to
I had
bring
a-
in
I had
here.
a teacher in
You
10th
should,
grade
man.
that
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
love to keep
would
that
bring
here.
one of those out to be the quiet in the class.
Find a 432
They
hertz.
get loud.
Well, so with those is like you can like kickstart it. Like you could kickstart a motorcycle where you could like get it resonating and then take it. But
And
if
you
you
tap it.
start from nothing, you have to. It has to be like your revolutions have to be on time and at the same tempo. Consistent,
Yeah.
and then it'll start to like come alive.
And the
get
pressure has
louder
to
and
be
louder.
consistent,
Right.
too.
We should get
Exactly.
one. Not
No,
for the
they're
show, just
super
like
cool.
for us.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
tuned to sacred frequencies too, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing, Ohm. We talked about this before. Ohm is believed to resonate with 432 hertz. We need to prove that and see if that's true. We need to look into that.
Yeah, we do need to look into that.
But like seriously, you don't have to do it now, or you can. But if you chant Ohm and you kind of can feel it right here. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Know what I'm saying?
I
dude?
learned that from
you do feel kind of light.
Yeah.
I don't. DMT is one that scares me a little bit. I think I've said that before on the show.
Yeah.
It doesn't scare me in the sense that I think it's dangerous, because pretty much all the
Yeah, it's
science
safe.
points to the fact that it's
Yeah.
not dangerous.
It's not.
It's something that the
It
human
is
body.
physically not dangerous.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how the
physically.
person receives it, if it's dangerous or not.
Be it mentally, emotionally.
It could.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems scary to me. It seems like mega scary to me.
It is. It is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to do it.
I'm not gonna say I'd never do it.
I do.
What, you do want to do it?
Yeah, I really want to do it.
Dude.
Why not?
That'd be epic. Let's
Yeah.
let's record it under the lights and everything, and just like scare the
I'll
shit
just
out
be
of
laying
you.
there. You guys
Tense.
put me in a coffin, and I just lay there, and you play some like Masonic music.
You would have no idea.
Oh
Yeah.
You got to
You
turn the
wouldn't
lights in
know.
here all red.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I can do that. No sweat, dude.
Do
I know.
like a voice changer and make us sound like Satan.
No,
Like Darth Vader.
Oh,
I was thinking that too.
then you'd really be terrified.
No, he'd have no idea. If
Yeah.
if he broke through, he would pretty much be unconscious.
Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Yeah, you do go unconscious. You
Yeah.
go
Man.
into yourself. Like
I have-
you're like limp.
you don't even have like your senses at all?
No,
you're
you-
just gone.
if you
Gone.
break through,
right. That
Yeah, yeah.
then
You have to do
you're-
enough.
Yeah, you're useless. You're just laying there for 5 to 15
Right.
minutes.
See that?
I have
didn't know.
seen some videos where people start like speaking in tongues and like get up and move around, but you can't, like, you can never tell if someone's breaking through just by looking at
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Usually, if they're unconscious, they've
You're supposed to hit it 3 times, right?
right, and you lose all control of your bodily functions after the second hit. So you basically need someone else there to administer the third hit.
Yeah.
You know what else I found out that honestly blew my mind? Okay. First of all, DMT is crystals.
First of all, I'm just reporting.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a
It's
minute.
been a while.
Crystals. We
Yeah.
got the picture now.
Not to interrupt your crystal joke,
nice.
I just want to say I'm just reporting. I've never done it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
facts.
just
for sure.
reporting.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
None of us have done DMT.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
anyway, it is crystals. And okay, this one honestly blew my mind. If you look at the chemical compound or structure or whatever for psilocybin, it is a weaker variant of DMT. DMT is clearly stated in the chemical structure of psilocybin.
Damn.
Really?
Wait,
Yep.
DMT is in
Yes.
like
It's in psilocybin.
The molecule itself.
Yes.
wild
Amounts of it. Yeah.
That makes so much sense to
Yes,
me.
it's starting to click.
It really
it's
is.
like if the earth was a living conscious being, which it is, and it wanted to provide a way for human beings to safely and harmlessly have profound psychic experiences and kind of like realign itself with the cosmos and with nature itself, it would probably provide some plants for us to eat that could, help us be in tune with nature. They got DMT in them. All life has DMT in it. What would happen if you just consumed more DMT than your body produces? Boom, spiritual experience.
That's such a wild thing to think about. Like you just said, all living things have DMT in it. Like, so it's crazy to think about this huge living organism that is the earth.
Yeah.
And then like little like pimples of DMT just growing out of it, like in mushroom form.
And humans.
Yeah. That's
and
just
the animals,
that's wild.
yeah, and the plants, and like all living conscious beings have DMT. So it does kind of stand to reason. Like, what if DMT is the molecule that carries consciousness?
Dude,
When you
I
begin to
wouldn't doubt
think
it.
about nature's hierarchical framework, it can be overwhelming. Because like that's basically kind of what you're referring to. Some degree.
Oh yeah,
referencing.
dude. It's
Yeah.
like it just seems so orchestrated and organized,
Intelligent. Yeah.
intelligent. Yeah,
It's the mind, the grand architect, like that's what the Masons call it and other groups too. It's the cosmic mind, it's consciousness. Like that's what I'm coming to really understand is the absolute truth. Like there is a single, if you take religion out of it, if you just talk like what's the deal with the reality, there is a single eternal consciousness from which all life that manifests in this world that we are all sharing together, we all come from and are united with that eternal consciousness. And it's kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, this is a physical world. There's multiple levels of this reality. There's a chemical level. There's a crystal level, an animal, a plant level, a material level, wood and hard surface, blah, blah, blah. So it's like it would stand to reason that there has to be a molecular version of consciousness.
yeah.
There has to be a plant version of consciousness, a mineral version, which is the crystals, and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's my spiel. Great question.
Yeah, that was a sick one. Let's go to the next one. My turn.
Again. Your turn again.
What do you mean my turn again? He did the first one.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
All right, ready? What if the beings, I'm assuming light beings,
Yeah.
come from the astral planes? At Anthony_IU. Thank you, Anthony_IU.
Thank you, Anthony.
Okay, so astral planes.
Helena Blavatsky.
So
She
we're talking.
popularized that.
Okay, so we're talking theosophy.
Yeah.
We're talking real esoteric.
The spirit world, yes.
The spirit world.
Yeah.
Then I mean, dude,
They do.
I was about to say this is too easy. This one's just check. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like
Where else would they come from?
Mars, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Like if let's just for a second, if these light being things exist, which that's what this entire show is about.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but just like hypothetical.
yeah, if they exist, like they're extra dimensional. They're ultra terrestrial. They're not going to come from a physical plane of existence. They're going to come from somewhere completely out of our perception of reality.
Yeah, and you know what I like? You know what I think
What we would associate as the future.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like how we perceive time. How we perceive the future
Yeah.
is where I feel like
Oh, dude.
like they technically come from the future.
what we would consider to be the future, but we don't
Yeah.
have the ability.
Well, time is relative. It's like this cyclical.
That just blew my mind.
This little realm we're in, we're experiencing this little cyclical time loop of civilizations being created and destroyed. But outside of this, it's infinite. There is no time. So, like, if you think about it, every time they come to visit us, it kind of is from the future.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the past all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's really, I've started thinking about, I don't remember if it was a Twitter question or if we talked about it on a What If episode. Maybe somebody submitted it. I don't remember. But the conversation was like, okay, if reincarnation is a real thing, then
It was a what if
the
question.
common misconception would be that you only reincarnate like in a linear fashion, but if you understand that time is like a spaghetti ball, it's not a line. Like you could reincarnate into any point in time, past, present, or future.
Yeah.
And as soon as I thought about that in that way, it completely shattered everything that I think about, like the beings and reincarnation and time and the spirit. Like, that's crazy.
You know, what I think we do a really good job of that we've never acknowledged or like really given ourselves credit for is that when we try to explain things, we try to explain the core truth of things without all of the religious connotation. Like, tell me this isn't the same thing. You ready? An angel came down, sent from the Lord, and told me to have hope for a positive future, right? Like there's a religious spin there. It's like Christians would tell it that way and frame it that way. And then it's like, you know, freaking, you know, you're back in Ireland 1,000 years ago. A fairy came out of the forest and told me to have hope for a positive future. And it was a glowing, beautiful fairy of light. Or, you know, my dad says he saw this shining lady and she said, have hope for a positive future. She didn't literally say that. She said, love will save the world, age of Aquarius, blah, blah, blah. And like, there's all these experiences that have been happening throughout history, and all these religions are formed to describe them in the way that they understand. But I like what we try to do and like dispel the religious association behind things, so to speak. I don't know. Just a thought I had.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned that before here is like we like to look at the middle of the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the core truth? Forget all the, you know, you have to use terminology to make associations in people's minds. But in reality, like I think the core truth, again, is consciousness is eternal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's it.
Your turn.
Oh, shoot.
What if? Oh, another thing that I was going to say about Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games in general is if you pay attention to the story and the cycle of the story, it is totally about the journey of consciousness, reincarnation. That's literally the only thing that the games are about.
I can believe that. I've never beaten one. I've only beaten Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But that game is esoteric. When we do
esoteric.
When we finally do the Lovecraft episode,
we gotta go.
We have to talk about Bloodborne.
It's so Lovecraftian.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Oh, I had to write this question. I thought it was so good. What if nothing is coming to save us? What do we just it's got a positive ending.
Okay.
I know it's kind of dark. What do we do now to make this world a better place? That's Yoda with 3 A's at the end. YODAA.
Yoda!
The little green man.
Yoda!
And then the handle is S-Man with 2 N's. So SMANN 35. We can't do this every time. We can't read the numbers. 35777739.
It's important.
Thank you, S-Man 35777739.
Thank you, Yoda.
Thank you. Okay, so I think that's a great question because I sort of believe like the opposite is being pushed by the narrative. Like, Alex, you could probably explain this better than me. Like, there's hopium. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Copium. Is that it?
Both.
There's hopium. Like
they go hand in hand.
There's so many different layers of psyop.
Hoping for something would be your hopium. And then copium is when you have to cope with.
It doesn't happen.
But let's explain it
and you're grasping
in plainer terms. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's so many levels of psyop in this whole like geopolitical conspiracy world. And, you know, we don't like get into politics on the show, but people out there study that kind of stuff. And one thing I've noticed is that there's always two sides to every issue, and like one side has this built up hope, like this person's going to save us, this person's going to save us, and the other side is always this person's going to destroy us, this person's going to destroy us. And like I'm kind of noticing that same thing is going on in the alien world. You know, like you got the mainstream shit going on where it's like they have this advanced tech, they jammed our radars and blah blah blah, and then
it's like scary.
Yeah, and then you have like Heaven's Gate shit, like, you know, a comet's going to pass by and we're all going to like
rapture us.
Yeah. But in reality, what I have come to understand from this experience, the beings didn't come to my dad and say like, we are going to save the world. We're going to come down and destroy the government and the evil. Well, I'm not saying the government's evil. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
The 1%, like the truly evil people. What they told my dad was that the truth has to be spread so that we can save ourselves. Love has to be spread so that this reality can change. We have to shift the vibration from fear to love. Like, it is 100% up to us as a species to not sit on our ass, sucking our thumbs like little babies and waiting for someone to come rescue us.
Passionate.
Is that extreme enough?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the tough love.
Right.
you're right. There has to be an accepted, unified belief
That
that everybody has to agree on and
Yeah.
act on.
Yeah.
And in order, like if one bad seed is in there, it begins to fester, to grow, and then like the negativity begins to fester. So like you literally have to have everybody on board.
Yeah, or at least the majority. Talking like planet wise.
Because if you think about like the journey of the soul as a test or as like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Like a game or
as
a test.
as a trial or a
Mhm.
test or whatever, what would be to gain or learn if some external entity just saved us all?
Nothing.
and that was it.
Saved you from what?
From ourselves or whatever
Right, I
the
mean, like-
impending doom is supposed to be.
Like, people just kind of get to thinking that they're going to make it out of here alive.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and to me, that question is like, you could point that question at so many things. Like you said, like geopolitical stage, political stage, everything. Right. But at the same, and I'm thinking like, well, like, how am I going to answer this? But at the same time, I'm thinking it's all intertwined. And it's like, I mean, more specifically to like the alien community, I think the answer is to think that, hey, nobody is coming to save us. As much as I hate like nihilism.
Or kill us.
Yeah,
Like
nobody's-
as far
it's the
as
same.
aliens
Right,
are concerned.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, if there's a way of looking, if they were to come to kill us, like there's a way to look at that and think, hey, they're saving us. I mean,
Right.
like,
It's perspective. Yeah.
It's perspective.
Yeah.
Here's an
exactly.
obvious question, right?
It's like the Sith coming to save us, the Empire coming to save us.
Well, dude, I mean, the
like thinking from your perspective, like
that's the cool thing about, that's one of my favorite things about Star
like
Wars
indoctrination.
is that like if you listen to like the Sith doctrine, it's not like necessarily completely evil.
It's just those who act on it.
Exactly. And like the Sith, the whole like Sith code or whatever.
They use their doctrine in vain.
Yeah. The whole thing with the Sith is just like, be who you are, express your emotions. If you feel passionate about something, express it. Don't hold it in. Like, it's
What's that sound like?
what?
Aleister Crowley.
That's
Yeah.
a
Do
good
what thou
point.
wilt.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yo, you know what's funny? I don't know if you guys heard about this. This honestly is crazy. You just said something. You said we would all have to unanimously be on the same page.
Yeah.
And we would all have to agree on something. And, we were kind of talking a little, we touched on politics a little bit, and there's almost never something that, the two parties in America agree on. Did you guys know that like literally a couple days ago, all 50 members of the Supreme Court, or no, not the Supreme Court, the Senate, voted to abolish daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like, dude, this.
Give me longer days
my
year round.
God.
Why? My question is why though?
Can I
Like,
go full green man?
Yeah.
It's related to CERN, I think. CERN.
Oh my God. What do you mean?
The
Hadron Collider.
That's
a conspiracy subject.
Yeah, that's super
That's a good one.
conspiracy. So they're stopping. So people think that every time they fire up the collider and they actually do something, that it shifts time.
Right.
And so they think that they stop the daylight savings time to stop like the time change in America to then fire up the collider and shift time for the last time or to possibly end time. It's wild. I've been reading a little bit about it. I mean, I love it.
Listen, I've never heard of that
That's,
theory.
That's intense.
That's wild to think about.
Are you guys familiar with all the CERN shit, dude?
I'm familiar with some.
Like the opening ceremony.
I've been down the rabbit hole once or twice.
There was like a
crazy.
like a ritual sacrifice on CERN's
Yep,
campus.
I saw the videos.
And it was
Yeah.
claimed to be a prank. But like, if it was a prank, why would the president of CERN come out and publicly acknowledge that?
Yeah.
If there wasn't something behind it.
Yeah.
And like the first time they fired it was 2012, which, in my opinion, also maybe the year that we started shifting into the age of Aquarius. Like something is funny with the CERN, and that's when all that Mandela effect stuff started coming around.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
2012.
Yeah. That's a fun one to think about. Is like,
Yeah, that'd be a cool
did
episode.
something actually change in 2012? Because it seems like it may have. It's cool to think about.
Yeah, it is.
So
Like whether you believe it or not.
Yeah.
Here's the connection, right? This is the thing that's been
He done pulled it up, y'all.
Yeah, it happened on March 15th, 2022, which in the game Doom, the portal to the demonic dimension is opened on
Don't say March 15th.
March 15th, 2022.
No way.
And then, so the ban on the changing of clocks has something to do with the reset of time.
Gosh darn it.
And then CERN's going to fire up on the 1st of April.
Wait, did the
April
vote?
Fools.
Yeah, April Fools.
So the
You're all getting sent to hell.
Are you saying that the vote happened March 15th? They have not fired CERN yet?
Yeah, they haven't fired.
Okay.
April 1st, I think. I'm going to verify all of this stuff. So
That's fun.
You know,
before the end of the episode, I'll chime back in.
digress a second. I don't think that doing what you want is inherently a bad thing. But if you want to do bad things, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do bad things, then
That's bad.
yeah, there's
just don't harm
doing-
yourself or others.
right.
Yo, yes, for sure. We talk about
You got to genuinely want to do
Good
things.
Good things.
and think, and that
Do no
comes
harm.
from thinking from good.
We talk about like the gray area of Crowley like quite a bit because like dude was batshit crazy and he was like really messed up in a lot of ways.
He was a very sexual deviant.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, but sometimes there's a couple little nuggets of truth here and there with some of the stuff that he says.
By design, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. But yeah, I mean like and what episode was it that we just did where we talked about Epicurus? Oh, at Fight Club, right?
It was one of the most recent
Maybe
ones
Fight
we
Club.
did. It's-
Epicurus was a Greek philosopher, and he was a pure like hedonist. That was his like whole lifestyle was like
The ripping and
Where-
the tearing.
Jesus Christ. That was a throwback.
It was
dude.
not a hedonist island, remember?
Oh, that's right.
That was-
Yeah,
It was on like
that's
Tosh.0 or
I
something.
remember that.
old video.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back
But
when we
yeah,
were like high school.
High school, yeah.
His whole philosophy is like, just do what you want. Like you don't need material stuff. You don't need like just do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. But he was also about like don't encroach, don't like violate other people, don't do anything bad.
Yeah, just have boundaries and understand boundaries.
For sure. Like he was homeless by choice. He one of the most famous interactions ever, and I said this in the other episode, but I'll say it again for Jeremy, is Alexander the Great was in Athens at the time, and they were drawing up plans in the middle of the street, him and his soldiers, and then all of a sudden Alexander just hears somebody basically tell him to move out of the way, and he turns around, and Epicurus is naked on the ground, bathing in the sun, and he said, "Move over to the left, you're blocking my sunlight." Alexander the Great. And from that moment forward,
That man got some stones.
yeah, from that moment forward, he earned Alexander the Great's respect.
That's
And
cool.
on his deathbed, Alexander said, "If I was to live my life as someone other than Alexander, I would be Epicurus."
Bro,
That's dope.
somebody of stature would say something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if there's only one other life I would choose to live other than mine, it's this other badass dude.
That's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, there's actually some truth to that. Just like do what you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, as long as you're not violating anybody else. Like it's all good.
Yeah. Do no harm.
Do no harm. Yeah,
Alex, do you want to pull? Here, pass it to Alex.
yeah.
Yeah, let me see that thing.
Hey, I don't know. Has
just
Alex?
pass it right back
I don't
to
think
Jeremy.
Alex has ever pulled one.
I'm not sure. We're gonna get him on camera someday.
Soon, we got to.
Someday, yeah. We just gotta buy another freaking camera.
That face deserves to be on camera.
Yeah.
Alex
It'll
hair
get us more
deserves to be
views.
on camera.
It'll get us more views. Yeah, dude.
got some good hair.
Alex, hot take. How long does it take you to do your hair?
I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No
you
way.
don't
That's
do-
natural curls?
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't do any. I don't use shampoo.
What?
I don't use conditioner. I don't wash my hair. I just get out of the shower.
Alex,
and I
I'm
do
gonna
it.
put you on the spot. Put them headphones down and show this
Wait,
camera.
Wait,
Are we going
wait.
over?
Are we
show
doing
this
this?
camera.
Face
Show this
reveal?
camera your
All right.
beautiful face right
right.
now.
Hold on.
Put them headphones down.
You don't get
right
you don't-
now.
You don't get dandruff?
I mean, like,
Are you still not doing the no shampoo? Are you still?
yeah, I don't
That's
use shampoo.
awesome.
Even when I'm
mean, it
bald,
fairly
though,
works.
if I don't shampoo when I'm bald, dude, I'll get dandruff.
So,
Oh, me too.
well, no, I get dandruff,
Oh, you do.
but it's not like crazy.
You should have just lied right there.
I've
A
had
normal amount.
I've
You should
had
have just lied, dude.
no, I've had the normal amount. I've seen no increase.
Okay.
But when
That
you
was
stop,
real.
like when you go from using shampoo to not using shampoo, it gets greasy.
You use like essential oils?
And then no, I don't use anything.
Oh.
And then it levels itself out.
You're ever trying to figure it
I've
out?
heard that.
Your body.
Like,
You're trying to
naturally-
figure it out,
Yeah.
dude. The moment's passed, Alex. We're gonna keep him on the line. We're gonna keep him on the line for next time. You're gonna have to wait to see that beautiful face. You missed your man. It was a pocket. It was a
you asked me.
finite
You told
moment.
me to go over there, and then you asked me some questions, man.
I feel like that might
I
have been
love
my
messing
fault.
with Alex so
You know
much.
what?
I'm sorry.
End of the episode, your ass is standing in front of that camera and waving and say bye, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
All
you
right,
go. We're gonna
all
keep
right,
him in suspense.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
like an alien waving.
You
from
have
its
to
flying
watch to the
saucer.
end.
It's an alien waving from his flying saucer.
This is Emily's question.
Swassa.
I was being from Jersey.
Y'all hear me?
Emily's
Oh yeah, my
question.
sister.
Emily's
yeah,
question,
Emily Bledsoe Holloway.
So it says-
gonna be on the show very soon, about
Very
2
soon.
weeks.
Yes.
Noise.
So it says, supposing reincarnation is real and all souls have existed, what if the increase of human population has to do
think
with
about
the
that.
extinction of animal species?
Whoa.
Honestly, when I wrote that, I was like, damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like populations go extinct over time, but the human race is booming. It's growing and growing and growing and growing. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
we could never prove that, but
That's really wild to think about.
yeah,
Because the concept of, reincarnation is like you could technically be reincarnated as anything because everything has consciousness. So like if there's a finite number of souls or whatever, that's crazy to think about. Then like if there's a finite number of souls, then are animals dying and being reincarnated as people?
from what I've
That's crazy.
studied, that basically the cycle of evolution is eternally upward. Like from what I have read, you don't like go down. Like you're not bad in this life and you become a roach. You would just come back in the next life, still in the same condition, like you're at this level of consciousness, but you might have some karmic consequences in that life that you have to learn from. So like, if you were, I don't know, I mean, I couldn't know this explicitly, but like if you were like a murderer or a thief or something in this life, well, the next life, that's going to bite you in the ass in a major way, but you're learning your lesson,
It's
kind of thing.
I would agree.
It's like hell.
I would like to think that we elevate, and that
Yeah, it's spiraling
Just off
upwards.
the-
Consciousness is
just
spiraling
off the-
upwards.
top of my head, what if like whenever a child is born, it's like a man and a woman have a child. It's like they almost like have the right to pull from the divine essence and bring it into this reality.
Yeah.
It's like, because in the past 100, I don't know how many, like 100, 200 years, the population has grown in billions.
Oh yeah,
Exponentially.
like especially
Yeah.
with the baby boom and
Yep.
stuff like that.
So, I mean, yeah, animals are going extinct, but
But
I never
humans
thought
are thriving.
yeah, there is like a inverse relationship there,
That
but
is
that doesn't
so-
mean that they're significant.
That's
One thing I'm curious about, and I just want to kind of like poke your brains a little bit and see what you guys think about this. So you mentioned like the spiraling upward of consciousness, right?
Mhm.
There's also many references in esoteric knowledge about the spiral downward, though. The spiral downward of consciousness, and even a lot of like sects and groups that strive to do that. Do you think someone whose consciousness is spiraling in a downward fashion?
they're like extremely dark and taboo and
Could
vile practices.
I mean, I don't know if I'm just following the logic. Like you guys both mentioned consciousness evolving, upward.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's spiraling downward in the opposite direction, then why wouldn't it digress into some sort of lesser being?
I mean, it totally. I don't
what
have
if-
like an answer.
What if?
No,
what if?
I know. I was
it
just trying
really
a thought
could.
experiment.
What
Thought
if?
Yeah.
What if? You know how we hear about so many great people of the past, and of course that's how it's going to be. Even whenever our present is the past, there's going to be significant people. And but what if like certain people who do hear and conquer the world, or who are kings, their soul is more. Like if you could quantify it, it's more. And that throughout,
It's more evolved.
it has a larger presence,
Yeah.
and that when they die, maybe it detaches and separates, and goes into.
So I was
multiple.
Like, well, people are like, maybe, potentially.
Dude, I was
That's
reading.
crazy to think about. That's Elden Ring right there. That's what the game is literally basically about.
Oh, really? Like
I mean,
America splitting into the demigods or
well,
something? Because they're like her children is.
Yeah, it's like
it happens physically because a man like Alexander the Great had a bunch of kids, and that means he should have descendants.
Splitting his consciousness into that's so wild.
I was going to tell you this. So the other day,
some of his genetics.
I was reading a publicly available, like non-secretive text written by the Rosicrucians about reincarnation. And like they have secretive texts and then they have public texts that contain the wisdom, but like in allegories, they're not as uptight as like the Masons and stuff with like all the vows of secrecy. And anyway, so one of the things that it had suggested in the text was that the true meaning behind the alchemical metaphor of turning lead into gold was the gold is the creation of the transmutation between the spiritual consciousness, which, is maybe like the fire or whatever, that, how can I say this? It like refines the lead, which is the metaphor for like the physical material existence. And the gold would be the life that is created when the spirit of consciousness and the matter is merged in a alchemical union between the male and the female. Merging each other's consciousness.
It can be observed under a microscope that when a sperm cell meets the egg, there's a flash of light.
Yeah.
There's an actual observable. There is an observable flash of light.
And that's what the alchemical gold is. It's souls being brought together in a alchemical union of their consciousness being merged into the physical body created. There's like cosmic masculine and feminine forces, obviously mirroring the sexual process, literally, of
the reproduction
of the physical masculine and feminine forces. So it's like turning lead into gold. Yeah, Rosicrucians are on some shit.
Bro. That is so cool.
Yeah,
this is the type of stuff I love thinking about and talking about because I believe that.
Yeah,
like that. Like I'm 100% in on. I because it's like science fact that literally everything in this universe is made of light.
Yeah, matter is just condensed light,
and that's so cool. That's so cool. I love that.
That defies the traditional form of thought. Light just being something projected to give us vision. And is also embedded in hard matter.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you weren't here for this. Nick and I and Alex did this on a previous episode. But like, dude, just think about this. Even the food you eat contains light. You eat animals? Well, they eat plants.
Eat plants
that absorb light. Yeah, everything has light in it. Mm-hmm. Everything. This universe is made of light. Mm-hmm. And then if that were to be reflected, because remember, well, we haven't really discussed this with you on the show, but remember the ancient esoteric Egyptian quote of as above, so below. What it really means is that for every layer of reality, there is a mirror image or a corresponding version. So like in the light realm, maybe the equivalent to that in the chemical realm is like DMT. I don't know. I'm thinking, but it's as above, so below. Like for every corresponding layer or level of reality, there's a connection between forces.
What if the mirror image of light is dark matter?
Dark matter?
Yeah, like something that we know literally nothing about. Which what's funny with the amount that we know about light, there's so much we don't know about light. We're still learning year after year. We learn more and more and more about possibly the most fundamental piece of existence.
And I would think is perhaps one of the most difficult things to study. I mean, I can't say for sure, but
I've never heard of a light scientist.
Yeah,
really.
like how do you?
Well, I have.
How do you observe light?
Yeah,
other than
a photon gun.
Just
Alex, how's that coming? Did you buy one?
No, I'm trying to find one. they won't ship them to me.
Yeah,
you need a grant, buddy.
Just hit up CERN. I'm sure they
don't
got
sell
an extra
photon guns at Sharper Image.
Oh my god.
Brookstone.
So
they don't sell them at Brookstone.
People were flaming me in the comments for that one, talking about it's a flashlight. Like, yeah, I got a. Actually, there's a picture online. Awesome. There's a flashlight on my desk if you zoom in and look close enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you got a photon gun.
Everywhere.
So you did it. You got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like I wanted it to shoot light.
I want to be able to kill somebody with light.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Light
no.
bullets.
Well, okay.
That's in a movie.
Look,
That's
hey,
in Underworld.
What's thou?
y'all can be over here talking about lightsabers, and the minute I bring up a light gun,
Well, there are
I'm the
also
bad guy.
light guns in Star Wars.
Yeah, give me one of those.
They're blasters.
No, dude, I'm not knocking on
Let's
the
get
light
another
gun.
one.
I'm
No,
just
Nick
saying
is-
you
Another one?
probably can't
That was
afford it.
lame.
It's not labeled.
You don't know what I got.
Okay.
You're right.
Hey, I'm
I
just
don't.
doing this podcast until I can afford a light
You gotta
gun.
thank the viewers, man.
Yes. No,
Good
you're
point,
right.
man.
You're
So,
right. We
yeah,
usually
Dang, this
skip-
wasn't either.
Just a couple more
Okay.
years.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple more years. Yeah,
Some
a
of
couple
these
more
are probably
views.
ones that we put in there,
I think
and I'd rather
I
read.
think they've been answered enough, and
I'd rather read the ones from the users.
Yeah, skip ours.
Yeah, some of them are
oh,
ours.
okay.
We wrote those before we even announced
What-
ever
forever
publicly.
ago, yeah.
Back in like July.
Okay. This one is from @Anthony_IU.
Hey, didn't we have another one from him earlier?
Probably, yeah. Some people have
Thanks, Anthony.
submitted-
2 for
submitted
1.
multiple.
2 for 1. He's getting value out of this episode.
2 for 1 episode.
Okay. It says, what if your subconscious mind is a future higher density version of yourself turning back and offering you infinite wisdom to tap into?
Haven't we done that question before?
I don't know, but I think it has to do with relatives and bloodline.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
opposed to
we kind of just
like
touched
yourself.
on that a little bit.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you have the wisdom of all of your relatives before you.
Yo,
That's-
did you watch that trailer I sent you?
That's like
Which one?
Isn't that
There's
an
a
East- an
there's a
Eastern-
movie.
like Eastern Asian like form of belief.
You're asking the wrong guy, man.
You posed it. You posed it, so I figured that.
Well,
you
I don't
would
know
answer
if
it.
you guys have heard about this. I sent you the trailer. I'm pretty sure. You know, A24 movie.
Yeah, I saw one last
the
night.
movie studio A24. They make like tons of like
Hereditary.
Yeah,
I'm not really a horror guy.
Mid-
But you know the
Midsummer.
studio, you've heard of them.
Have you seen The Lighthouse?
You
You should watch The Lighthouse. One of the best
Yeah.
movies.
I
It's
do.
not really a
My boy
horror.
Battinson's in that.
Oh, Battinson.
Battinson.
You saw Batman.
You
Did
can
you-
start calling me Batman.
Okay, Batman. Did you
Yeah.
love it?
Oh yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could take a second and talk about Batman, right?
Might as well.
we might as well.
Batman is a future me coming to visit me to tell me the
Yo,
wisdom to
first
tap
thing,
into.
first thing I noticed, kind of got like maybe I'm reaching here, but anybody else think about how like the 33rd degree Freemasonry is the fraternity within the fraternity? And they literally said in the movie,
It's the club within the club.
Yeah, he was like, "What's 44 below?" It's the club within the club.
Yeah.
Numeral.
It did-
I don't
it
know. I
was
just
called
thought that was
44
weird.
I kind of picked up on that too
Yeah.
a little bit. But I think, I've seen this weird divide in like Batman fans because I've seen really hardcore Batman fans.
What did we just say? There's always a divide.
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen hardcore Batman fans saying he's the best Batman and he's the worst Batman.
The worst? George
Yes.
Clooney?
I know, bat nipples.
Adam West?
I don't know. I just I don't think immediately to compare him to the other Batmans. I just try and enjoy them
Yeah.
for what they are.
in different
I think they all bring
mutually
something
exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I think they all bring something different and like unique and special to Batman.
When I was younger, I used to get so angry whenever the movies didn't follow the comics, and then I just kind of let go of that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
very
we're 30 now.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was a while. It wasn't when I was
Yeah, it was
29,
before the-
30 when
yeah.
I made this revelation,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just I try and appreciate different renditions.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like and that helped me like the Amazing Spider-Man a little bit more. Like Andrew Garfield's a lot more.
Oh.
It's like it's just a different take on a thing.
I want to go
on
back and
something
watch those.
I-
It's a different
sure.
take.
I
I
feel
can't
like-
watch Gwen Stacy die. It makes me sad.
Oh, I cry
Spoiler?
every
Just kidding.
time.
Stop.
I cry every single time. No, I think around when Civil War came out, that's around the time where I started to kind of do that, where I was like, you know what?
Let it be new.
Is it because that was so different from...
Yeah. Because at first, when I saw the trailer for Civil War, I was like, are you kidding me, dude?
It's not even Civil War.
It's not even Civil War.
But we were all like that.
I know. I know. But it was just like, it was such a silly thing. And I've kind of now adopted the mentality that like, hey, this is what we get.
Yeah, give it
Whether
a chance.
you like it or not, this is what you got. The new trilogy of the Star Wars movies, a lot of hate, a lot of love. For me, I'm like, this is what I get. This is my new trilogy. So I can either choose to hate it or love it or feel somewhere in the middle. I choose to pick the things about it that I think are awesome and just focus on those. And like, this is amazing for these things.
Yeah.
So I think they all brought something. All the actors brought something different to Batman. Robert Pattinson is the world's greatest detective Batman.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Which that's kind of the Batman we've never really gotten to see on the big screen.
You know how I know for a fact that this movie has left a lasting cultural impact? When I go on TikTok now, it's been out, 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. And I see 2 types of Batman content. Men, and I'm not talking about trolls who like make memes about how bad it was. I'm talking people that liked it. Men talking about how badass he was.
So awesome.
And women talking about how sexy he was.
Also true.
This is the first superhero movie that I can recall that had this effect on everybody, despite gender. Well, I guess that's all I'm referencing here. But like, it's just crazy. Like,
I also think that
it's a hit with everybody.
Oh, I don't know if you know, but when he found out that he was the front runner to be the new Batman, he wasn't even like given the position yet. They just told him like, "You're our number one choice." He went out and bought every single graphic novel, there's like 30 something of them. He bought all of them, read all of them, and then was like, "I want to do it."
Yeah, I think I thought he portrayed Bruce Wayne brilliantly.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And he specifically played,
I like the Alfred too.
Andy Serkis, Gollum.
Yeah.
He's but I think Pattinson specifically played the early Batman.
Yeah, the early, younger,
the
brand
Greenhorn.
new Batman. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Like,
perfect.
Still trying to figure out his place.
That's called year 1 and year 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they showed him like messing up. They showed like the flight suit like messed up, and he like misfired the Batmobile. That one, like, so cool.
It was also really cool how like he was in fights, but he was like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he was not always like he would just let people shoot him. Like he wasn't like
he just wasn't even scared.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I was getting at. It almost seemed like there were moments where he didn't know how to react in a fight. Like he's still learning.
I can see that.
He got shot a lot.
He'll get like clobbered a couple times.
Yeah, and then he'd turn around and scrap him.
He's figuring it out. It was like
he's really figuring it out. Yeah. I didn't know how to articulate that.
So back to the question.
We have time for one more, by the way.
After this question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This question is awesome, but I wanted to say A24 has a new movie coming out called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I've seen the trailer.
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And it is about this.
It's about the multiverse.
It's about like the multiverse. It's basically this woman, like some guru or somebody basically shows her the truth, which is that there are infinite number of parallel universes, and she exists in
every one of them.
And in all of them. And then once she comes to understand that, she can access knowledge from each parallel version of herself.
She does like kung fu.
Yeah, she's like, it shows in the trailer, it shows like a fight scene, and it shows one of her parallel lives as one of those people who twist the signs on the street, the people that throw the signs and twist them around.
She's like different people, like a man in one life. And
then in the current timeline, she like takes a chair and starts spinning it like that and fighting people with it, and it was awesome.
There's totally going to be like a cartoon version, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, in the trailer, it's like an anime.
Like she's a cartoon in another reality. It looks pretty cool.
But yeah, So another thing we've talked about a lot on the show is like premonition or like deja vu, synchronicity, and like do you ever get the thing where you'll be in a moment and then you'll realize like I dreamt about this months ago, or I dreamt about this a week ago, or whatever? Does that happen to you?
Not as of late, but it's happened.
But
before.
it has, yeah.
It's like you feel like. Sometimes you have an overwhelming overwhelming feeling of familiarity with a situation, and that you just for some reason indescribably no.
I knew I was gonna be doing this or something.
Yeah,
I get that a lot.
It's something that
they call it deja vu, I suppose.
Yeah,
deja vu, or synchronicity.
It's something that, as long as I can remember, has happened to me like very frequently. It happens to me all the time. And the more that I learn through doing this show and through research about consciousness and reincarnation and time and the spirit and stuff, I've come to believe this. I think that either alternate versions of ourselves or the future version of ourselves, because time is like not really a thing.
Yeah.
I think that like if my current state of being is vibrating at a certain frequency that lines up with a future version of myself that's vibrating on the exact same frequency in that one instant, I think for that brief moment, like you can access that visually or through some sort of senses or whatever, through dreams. I don't know. But like it's happened to me so many times.
Well, to piggyback off that.
I
keep going Joyzy.
Welcome to that pig picking.
We've definitely been to some of those.
Yeah,
but,
I love
yeah,
it.
so like just think about this. If DMT was the
This is the DMT episode, y'all.
I mean, we have a lot of them. If DMT was the molecule of consciousness, or if Om was the sound or frequency of consciousness, or there's other methods of reaching that level that I haven't even quite discovered yet. But I'm just saying, like, there are tools at our disposal, meditation, Om, to align ourselves with that. Because you made a comment like aligning yourself with that frequency of yourself. Well, that's the cool thing is like the one original consciousness. It's just one cosmic rhythm, one cosmic harmony. And throughout our lives, we're all just trying to harmonize with that, like through meditation or certain mind-altering chemical substances or certain vibrational frequencies. You crystals, yeah. You may be able to realign with that one cosmic frequency, that one cosmic vibration, the Om or whatever God is.
Maybe that
shit comes through.
Yeah, maybe that's what all these monks are doing.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what they're doing.
If you think about it, like Tibetan Buddhists and monks, and they dedicate their entire lives just to meditation.
Yeah.
Like Zen Buddhism, like that's all you do. You just meditate, and and these people are the ones that reach enlightenment. They're at true peace. They're
profound,
calm. We've mentioned it multiple times here, but did you hear? There's this story that Duncan Trussell talks about where he talked about some Buddhist who had reached enlightenment, and this like psychedelic hippie guy gave him acid, like a hyper dose of acid, and he took it and it had no effect. I think we're kind of
pretty crazy.
Yeah, we're kind of dancing around the subject.
He's
here.
on that level, yeah.
Yeah, so one, I personally do believe this, like a future or alternate version of yourself, like you can pick up on the things that they know and are learning. And also, I think if that is true, there are ways that you can optimize that antenna. You can polish that antenna.
You know why it's so funny that you just did that? Because we were going to do the H.P. Lovecraft episode recently, and we decided to push that off and brush up on it more. But in the week that we were about to record that last time, I watched several Lovecraft films like Dagon and From Beyond. And From Beyond is a 1980s Lovecraft film by Stuart Gordon, who also made Dagon. Both phenomenal films, especially if you're a fan of Lovecraft. And in From Beyond, it's about the scientist named Dr. Praetorius creating a machine with like tuning forks on it and everything. And in the film, the tuning forks put out this certain frequency, and it stimulates your pineal gland to perceive the spirit world. But like they go too far with it, and he becomes this cosmic eldritch horror.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like his body is devoured by this ethereal entity, and then he comes back and like his pineal gland is like throbbing out of his head like this nasty antenna. It's just funny that you did that. That's an actual concept in a movie, in a Lovecraft
That's so
movie.
wild.
Yeah.
That was Dagon or From Beyond?
From Beyond. Dagon is a totally different thing, but also
I read Dagon. I've just never watched it.
Oh, dude, the movie is fantastic. Switching gears a little bit, we are actually don't have enough time for another question.
Dang.
But I wanted to give you guys a hot take.
Okay, hot take.
Have you noticed that the first major I didn't even ask a question. You're shaking your head no.
Yeah, I probably hadn't seen the movie either.
Sorry, dude.
I'm sure you've seen at least one Marvel movie.
That's my husband.
But that's your husband.
Trolling
I'm going
you.
to stick beside him. Ever seen those TikToks? I'm going to stick beside him. Have you noticed that the first major phase of Marvel for like 15 or whatever years was prepping us, the viewer, to witness a catastrophic alien invasion, Thanos.
And then to enter the multiverse.
And now it's all about the multiverse and consciousness. It's just kind of crazy, like Hollywood subliminal shit.
I mean, yeah, the new phase of the Marvel movies is
it's
all
crazy?
about the multiverse.
And it's, I guess it's not crazy because it's just how it happened, but
which is consciousness.
It was like that was angled. Those movies were angled at a certain demographic, and it was to us. And those are, of course, it's to everybody, but we were raised learning, not learning because it was in the movie, but learning a level of acceptance to that stuff because of it's being subliminally programmed.
We're being exposed to it.
We grew up with it.
Yeah.
So it's easier for us to understand and to digest, whereas like some people can't really grasp it.
But see, we're getting deeper in the age of Aquarius now, and I think the big move that we're going to start seeing in all these movies is multiverse shit, consciousness, and higher realms and multiple realities. I think they're preparing us literally, ritualistically through film to go deeper into the age of Aquarius and kind of reach a level of understanding. Because it's, if you really do the digging, it's pretty obvious that the very high level Hollywood execs and people who have their hands on like greenlighting certain topics in these films are part of initiatory orders. Like they probably would have a certain secret doctrine to be slipping into their films. And, I don't know. That's my theory.
A similar
I would agree to that.
Yeah.
I'll align myself with that as well.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
A similar thing that I've noticed. So for decades, like weed has been like a very taboo thing, but because it's taboo, it was like talked about in movies all the time. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it was everywhere because it was like a taboo thing or whatever. Now that like you can literally go anywhere in any store and get weed and it's pretty much normalized, I am seeing in TV shows and movies everywhere talking about mushrooms.
What? Oh, so that's the next phase.
I think so.
I think it is too.
I really
think it's
do.
the next phase.
I think that weed was normalized over, such a long amount of time through so much exposure, and we see it all the time, hear about it all the time, and it was normalized. And I think, I've seen, like this week alone, I've seen multiple shows and movies, like new stuff coming out where people are talking about mushrooms. And I'm like, I just noticed it. Yeah, I just noted it. I was like, that's interesting.
Okay, last comment I'm going to say, and then we really got to, we're running over, Johnny. But
Johnny?
You.
We're running over
grandpa.
Johnny.
That's true. That is
grandpa.
true. I love your grandpa, man.
Yeah, me too. He's the best.
Anyway, so what I was going to say is, I don't remember.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Come over here, Alex.
Yes.
Show your beautiful
The
face
reveal.
in this camera. Come here. Sit down. Alex, look at this face.
Finally
look
on
at his
camera.
Hair.
He's real.
I mean, dude.
He
not
doesn't
a
use
spirit.
shampoo or conditioner.
That's God tier right there. All right, ready?
All right, say bye, guys, Alex.
2,
Come on, join me.
3. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, check out our other videos.
And before you go, don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. Peace.